What are the insights you gained from the business analysis?
Well, Tom, from the initial business analysis, I learned a lot. They showed me how much money I was leaving behind, leaving fall between the cracks in the table due to poor management and not keeping a close enough eye on my numbers on a week-to-week and month-to-month basis. The light bulb moment for me was when the analyst showed me where I was in relation to my industry standards, and how much of a wild fluctuation it turned out in my numbers and my cost of goods sold and my overhead, and how I wasn't controlling those numbers. Up until then, I was always concerned about my top line and driving that top line number and thinking the bottom line, well, whatever was left over, and that was my take. Well, it turned out that I could. The analysts had taught me about profit engineering and what you could do through your consultants that helped me with that. And if I pre-plan my profit, that I could actually monitor that and manage that and set that up as a realistic expectation from day one, and it was really eye-opening.
We had a very good year in 2010, and we were concerned about the tax liabilities that we would have, and I wasn't satisfied with our strategies that we had used in past years. I felt we were leaving a lot on the table. One of our concerns also that we're starting to deal with is wealth generation, and the family keeps getting bigger. There are more mouths to feed. So we saw this as an opportunity to look at some different techniques, and the analyst was able to show us several different strategies that made sense to us, that preserved the cash flow of the operating unit and also helped generate wealth not only for the immediate owners, but some strategies that allowed us to transfer some wealth to other closely related family members that at that point in time weren't direct participants in the business. And this was very important to us. We also talked about the structure of the organization and the operating units that we have, and also looked at the way to change the relationships there, or the structures, to reduce liabilities and future liabilities of those different operating units.
Michelle, how did our consultants help you improve your business operations?
Well, Tom, they were able to essentially bring down my overhead, and that was my biggest headache at the time. Overhead was able to be brought down from a whopping 63% down to 39%, and it's still dropping with the tools that they've given me. I was able to drop my workers' comp and liability insurance. I had the insurance of a company, the cost for a company of a $2 or $3 million company, and he was able to bring it down to fit my company, and I was able to save from $50,000 down to $23,000. So that cost savings also that we will get back, we will be able to essentially put into a savings to put towards down on a building. He was able to also, Jorge was able to help me with the numbers factor, where he was able to teach me what the numbers meant and how to manipulate my everyday costs and forecast, and teach me what I needed, what goals I had to have on a weekly basis in order to reach the goal that I was wanting. And he was able to bring my profit margin up. Now I know what my overhead is for my job costing and what each employee costs me. And that I never knew. I just was guessing. And I was guessing from the basis or the baseline of my husband's company, which was a $3 million company. And obviously we downsized. So Jorge was very, very helpful.
Rob Willoughby came to see us and work with us, and we were going to be spending a couple weeks together. And I like to call Rob Sergeant Rob, because being with Rob for 2 weeks was like being at business boot camp. Rob is a no-nonsense kind of guy. He came in, he didn't waste any of our time. He kept us right on task. We spent a great deal of time not only learning about business practices in general. I felt like I was attending Harvard Business School. But he very nicely applied those business principles to our company here at EP Container so that we could put it into practical use. we were very interested in the way that he organized our books and set up a budget so that we could keep track of how we were doing throughout the year. And most importantly, there were systems in place so that we could be protected against embezzlement in the future.
How did our consultants help you improve the productivity of your employees?
Tom helped us by helping us create a structure. We worked very well as a team, but we had no job descriptions. So with our new job descriptions, we decided that I'm the head coach. We picked a quarterback, a linebacker, the defense, the offense. Everyone had their new role officially now. And so we created these job descriptions together, and we all agreed to the same thing. And now we can hold everyone accountable for their job and their role in the game. And now we are a winning team, and not just running all over the place getting things done, but now we have some sort of strategy and structure, and we come together and we analyze and we plan what our next move is going to be. Although we deliver, there's a lot more to it than just getting something from point A to point B. There's a lot of details in between, and a lot of things fall through the cracks. And now when they do, we can look back and we meet and we decide how we can improve on that and not let that happen again. And we actually have made our customers a lot happier in more recent times. They knew they could always count on us, and we would do whatever it took to make it happen. But now we don't have to scramble as much. We kind of just make it happen without having to go crazy about it after the fact or fix something. It just sort of happens. And sometimes when we do have to fix something, we know how to improve on that for the next time.
Joe, can you tell me what specific benefit you got from the cost controls our consultants installed in your business?
Well, that's an exciting question for me, because I didn't have cost controls before per se that I was actually reviewing on a weekly and monthly basis. So having those in front of me and getting used to reviewing those reports actually helped me to manage materials, overstock, understock. But one particular incident stands out like a sore thumb for me, was that I was looking over my reports in a seasonality time of the year that we weren't doing a lot of work, and we have a disposal business as well, and there was excessive dumping going on, and the cost of the tipping of those containers seemed to be a lot more than it would be in any other time of the year. Well, within a matter of minutes, I put someone on investigating that, and within a matter of weeks, we had people arrested and prosecuted. That sent shockwaves through our company that we could act and react so fast. Now, even if some employees may have even knew about it and were keeping it under wraps because they were maybe friendly with these employees, these guys that were in this little inside ring in my own company could have went on doing this for years. Now, it may have added up to thousands of dollars over years, but it just couldn't be tolerated. But getting it out and getting it over with as quickly as we did was really the biggest benefit.
How did our consultants help you get ready to grow your business in the future?
They gave me some tools, first of all, to show what it cost us to operate our business, which is an invaluable tool to go up against our competition. Now we know exactly what we have to break even, and we can play with the profit a little bit. And so now that dashboard allows me to be more confident bidding jobs, and because I know what it costs, I can go up against the competition and I can beat them almost every time. So that has been just an amazing change in how we operate.
Richard, what would you say to a business owner who's considering using our analytical and strategic tax planning services to improve his business?
Oh, the short answer is just do it. The longer version is that they're a very professional organization, very easy to work with. They bring a lot of expertise to the table. They tailored a program, some strategies and ideas for us that made a lot of sense. They were fairly easy to implement, and they were very very helpful in helping us achieve our long-range strategic goals of being a business family and allowing us to use the income we generate from our primary business unit into wealth generation for owners and other generations, and allowing them to pursue their passions and dreams with their own ideas for businesses outside of our core stamping company.
Describe to me what your business was like before you brought in our team of business experts and how it has changed for the better today.
Back then, a lot of hats, a lot of ties, multitasking, be all over the place, all over the get-go. Try to manage all the divisions. Right now, concentrating on one thing and one thing only, the bottom line, the profit.
Wow, bringing in the experts, Tom, was phenomenal. The way we ran the business before is that we recognized early on that we don't know everything, okay? So what we had established before we brought in your team was we needed to sit down on a regular basis with our tax advisors, with our CPAs, with our general counsels, with our financial planners and everything else. And it being a family business, our family is vested in this business. It's not just, you know, the painting and the employees, but our family and our family's future depends on this business as well. So by having our advisor meeting 2-3 times a year, we would sit everybody down and we would say, okay guys, this is what Angela and I think. What do you guys think? Give us some feedback. Where should we go with this? We've got this much profit on the line this year. What should I do to do what I need to do here? You need to tell me, you know. So when I brought in your team, they enlightened us in so many ways that with the metric system, with the other avenues that the consulting firm has, with, you know, tax consulting, with the valuation process, with the exit strategies, none of my other advisors were doing that. And when I brought in my old advisors and asked them about this, some were actually offended. I did end up firing 2 CPAs because of this, because they didn't get it. They were too personally embarrassed, or whatever you want to call it, but they didn't provide me the information, and the consulting firm did. So now all my faith, all my comfort is in the consulting firm, because they put it on the table for me. They didn't leave me dirty napkins and cookie crumbs after I would pay my previous advisors team to come in and have lunch. I paid them their hourly fees, I fed them lunch, and they left me with dirty napkins and cookie crumbs. So Henry, his team, Dan Schneider, all the guys over there are totally a part of my business. The benefit is phenomenal because they know where I want to take my business, and they're going to help me, if I need them to again, do that. But they've given me the structure, they've given me the basics, they've given me the information, they've given me the system that I need to take my company and ultimately my family to where we want it to be.
Barbara, what benefit did you get from the strategic tax planning for you and your business?
Tom, the benefit is just as good as the profits are that we've learned from all the metrics and everything else. Obviously now there's taxes. Now there's other things I have to look at. As my company grows, the value of that company grows, I've got more exposure. So the tax planning obviously helped create the strategies so that as these profits come in, and we can figure out how to make sure more of it stays within my company and within my family. Now, we had to do some restructuring, which was great and wonderful, because we have to protect the assets. Obviously, cash is an asset, equipment that we're purchasing is an asset. It would be terrible to lose everything I've worked for all these years because of one negligent person or one simple accident. The asset protection is viable. It has to be done. The ultimate thing here, the biggest benefit is that I can sleep at night. I've got peace of mind. I've protected my company. I'm protecting my family.
Dennis, describe to me what your business was like before you brought in STA and how it has changed for the better today.
Prior to our relationship with the STA team, we were, as any small or mid-sized business would be, we were constantly concerned with the dollars we had coming in the door, and more importantly, the dollars that were going out the door. Once we got together with the team and we realized significant additional income per year, first year being in excess of $400,000, we were able to evolve our business model that allowed us to do more evolved research and development, product development, and also it allowed us to purchase our own buildings, so we own assets versus renting them, and it allowed us to also expand into the international market and evolve our marketing and advertising materials. $400,000 is a lot of money for any size company. Those dollars, once again, allowed us to do those things. So what it did, from the past to the present to the future, in the past we were focused more on North America. Today we're now focused more on the international market being global. We're now throughout the Middle East, we're in Europe, we're in Asia, parts of Asia right now, and we continue to expand.